Alrighty, welcome everyone. I'm Teeaboo and I am here for Mob Psycho 100 Season 3, Episode 2. That's a lot of numbers, and I am pumped to be here. Episode 1 did an excellent job of reintroducing the world and reintroducing the characters, picking up right where we left off, but with a feeling like things have changed, setting up a really nice vibe, and on top of all of that foundation, delivering unto us a core theme. As the angry teacher in the Twisted Sister music video asks, "What are you gonna do with your life?" And that's the question for Mob. Here you are, kid. There are all these things that you're talented at. There are things that compel you. There are pressures from all sides pushing you in various directions, telling you that you need to have it figured out now. You've got people in your life who already do have it figured out, who have their paths set, and the distinct impression that if you choose any one path, you're dispensing with all the rest of them. You're giving something up. You're losing something. You're trading something because your future is finite and you only have so much time to spend doing so many particular things. And whether you're a super powerful psychic or just a kid in high school, you're in the same boat trying to figure out who you want to be in the future. And there are a bunch of layers to that you just can't know. And that's really the scary part. All the things that you think or guess at, but can't be certain of. Because you can't be certain of almost anything. Will this job category that you go into training for exist in 20 years? Will the person that you are in 20 years still want to be doing that? Will this compel you, sustain you, fill you with inspiration, make you feel alive and like you're purposeful as a person? Or are you just going to fall into something because you're good at it, even if it doesn't really compel you? Or are you going to do the opposite and chase something that you're not good at because it's, well regarded by society and find yourself battling against yourself to do things that others expect of you? This is a really fundamental problem, and it's one that I think is universal. Like, we all have futures, we all have decisions to make, we all have desires for our lives, and one of the core problems or questions of our lives is, how do you go about living such that you are in alignment with those desires and the results that you achieve are as close as you can get them to what you want to experience in your existence? It's not an easy problem. There aren't straight, clear-cut paths because they all branch out into the future, and the future becomes foggy immediately. Like a day out, the future starts becoming foggy and then foggier and then foggier, and you're trying to predict and guess and maneuver yourself through that space, through that void, through that empty landscape in a way that you hope is aligned with yourself, with your internal personhood, with who you want to be and who you want to act as. How do you do that? Well, that's the question that I believe that Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 has set out to answer, or at least present to us in a way that forces us to reckon with it so that maybe we have to answer it for ourselves. Because it's such a universal, I think that there's immense value in asking and answering that question, especially for people in a world that seems so chaotic, uncertain. A world that seems like it's out of your control and like the fogginess of the future is darker and cloudier than it has ever been. How do you step forward into that world? How do you deal with the desire or the temptation to just withdraw, to not try, because trying gets scary and you end up giving things up? You have to reckon with the fact that not trying is a decision too. Not stepping forward is a decision too, and it's one that dispenses with all possible future paths and just says, "Come, future, do what you will to me." And maybe there's a certain freedom to that, but it's not the answer for our characters, and it's not the answer for most of us. I think most of us want agency. We want, maybe if not control, then input, like to have some input in our lives, to have some effect. Mob is in a position where he might be better equipped than most of us. He's got this extraordinary talent, this extraordinary power, and yet it doesn't seem to give him much security. It doesn't seem to help him make his decision. In many ways, it seems to make it harder. So, through the lens of this boy, this character who we are all built to relate to, or I should say, who is built to be relatable to all of us, How will he choose? How will he bounce off the people in his life? And from them, as we talked about in the first episode, see potential selves, see versions of himself that have made various choices out into the future and decide that's actually not who I want to be, or that's pretty close, but it's missing this part. Where's the community? Where's the friendship? I need that in here too. And from those, I hope that Mob will be able to sort of line up and eliminate some of the futures that he doesn't want to go for, and eventually come to just a couple that are in conflict with each other. Hopefully with a character that backs each one up so that they're really clear cut, and then battle them out in battle, in scene, right? And come to some kind of a conclusion. That's what I'm hoping for like the broad scope of Mob Psycho 100 Season 3. For the individual episodes, I have no idea. It's going to be a chaotic clusterfuck, and I expect some crazy sort of anecdotal off-story things, kind of like the little the cursed doll thing that we had in the last episode. Life goes on. What are you going to do in your life? That's the question. That's the question. Okay, I'm going to pull down the camera and do myself a little drawing, and then we'll get right up into the episode. Yeah, I'll take it. So, the paths stretch out before you, but each of them is a snake that is equally likely to take you where you want to go, or turn around and bite you. That's the sort of image that I had in my mind, and it's from that image that we get in the show of Mob standing there and all these sort of lines or paths coming out from him. As I thought about that image over the course of the past week, I was thinking like each path is like a scary thing that you have to wrangle and wrestle with. It's like maybe an ally, maybe a thing that you're walking on, but maybe it turns around and bites you. And that brought up the snake imagery, like a head of Medusa hair, you know, or Gorgon stuff. It's fraught. It's full of threat and the unknown and fear. But it's also the way forward. It's also the road that you have to walk on. But that road itself might be your end, yeah? It's like you have to interact with these options as though they're threats to you as well, because even the most tempting, good-looking path could set you off from the path that you really need to be on and cause you to lose everything that you hold most dear. How will Mob wrestle with this nest of snakes? I don't know. We're gonna have to watch the episode to find out. I gotta take this bomb one down. It just doesn't fit with all the rest. All right. Yeah, that looks pretty cool up there. All right, let's turn our attention to episode 2 of Mob Psycho 100 Season 3 and see where we go from here. I think that we left off sort of moving in the direction of the giant broccoli, at least thematically, if not literally. I do think we're going to literally go there and discover something interesting about it. I also had a realization, which is that the landscaping around the big broccoli looks like Mob. It's like his face, and then the big broccoli is his hair, so it's like the big psycho helmet on top of him, which makes me even more convinced that that's one of the core elements that we're going to deal with, is this group of psycho helmet people being a little bit crazy about stuff and holding up Mob as their leader and glorious deity, maybe. and blaming the broccoli on him, which you've got little hints of. I'm wondering if that's going to result in like another path for you as cult leader. We got some evidence of that with Dimple sort of thinking about his own past in that regard, and I'm curious to see how that goes. It seems like it's totally going to bounce off of Mob's personality, but I'm curious what we're going to do with it, whether it'll be a little more tempting than I might expect. Let's go ahead and watch episode 2 and see where we go from here. I've got the episode up and ready. I'm still using the same subs as before. Nobody has told me that they're a bad move, so I'm going to keep making that move. I've got the episode up and ready to go. There'll be 2 versions, picture-in-picture in the description, timer on YouTube, early access on the Patreon, and a beep-beep timer to count you down. Here we go. Oh, we're getting the intro thing again. Oh, I'm so pumped to hear the OP. Chats, trats, trats, son. That's one of the yokai hunters. What a classic scene. Nice. Okay, I'm just gonna try to track this a little bit more than the first time. I watched it through in between as well, and it's just like, so many images. So the like, boom, turn. And his eyes closing. And then hands like crazy. I find those images really disturbing, like the multi-part faces, the like Mr. Potato Head faces. But they also read as like a constructed persona, like grabbing pieces from different places and smushing them into a face. Wild. Hi, kitty cat. Okay. Okay. Why? Ugh. A lazy bastard. I've got a kitty getting scritches. Yeah, shouldn't we put some effort into it? Shouldn't we care? Why would we care? Okay, so he's got nothing. That seems a little bit much. Yeah, it seems a little bit much. Okay, so Ritsu thinks we're being a little extreme. I wonder if there's something to that. Okay. Why not? Hmm. Well, that's cool. Kitty, do not scratch on my microphone. Do you have mob, though? Hmm. Oh, the guy is here. Yo, guy hunter! Oh, that's what I'll say as I go in. We're okay. We're practicing. Oh, I fucked it up. Okay. Yeah, what do you need? I'll give you my line. So, the incident, huh? Excuse me, please leave. Yeah. 100% he's gonna get arrested. He's back. I waited. Your appointment is over. Okay. Does this guy have a demon in his right arm? I fucking snorted. Of course, I actually believe him. I believe that he's legit. क्या करने वाला है? Didn't write that line, did ya? Ah. He's so serious. He's so fucking self-serious. Is this Kameda? Those were really striking. Oh, okay, he's got something. Oh, wait, this is the intro. It's the scroll of his own legend? I thought it was gonna be some great historical. Oh. Okay, so maybe this is legit. Maybe this is legit. Yeah, he stopped saying it completely. Oh. Because you're carrying a sword around. You're not allowed to carry a sword around. They're bad news. They'll arrest me for breaking the law. Oh, totally. We're in business. That's money, baby. That's money, baby. Where did he get all that money? Ah. He's a hobbyist. He's a hobbyist. It's the complete switch. He believes. He believes. Amazing. No. You paid a grifter. You don't have a friend. You paid a grift. Oh no. I'm still not sure if he's legit. Hello, mob. Talking about somebody legit. Oh. Huh. Clueless. All right, let's hunt some yokai. How do we hunt yokai, by the way? Badly. I think he's a cosplayer. He's got the wealthy parents. He's just thinking about the haunted house thing. He's getting overwhelmed inside. I hope we crack this guy's shell. Like, I don't care whether it's an emotional breakdown, oh god, nobody actually cares about me, I don't have any friends sort of thing, but I hope we crack his shell and find out what's really inside. Look like arms. That's weird. Oh, maybe it's the broccoli. Brocco roots. He's so serious. He's really, what a great comedic character. Oh, I'm worried because there are other people here. I can't tell if he's full of shit. He's just coming up with ideas. Oh. Wacky. There is something weird here. Feels just like home. Are we in the angle of something watching? No, we're not. Okay. Spooky roots and stuff. Weird redness. I don't know. He felt it. He sensed it. He also was able to hit it with his sword. He's kind of legit. Was that the cost of his sword? Okay. 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 But this is legit and you are not. Using business cards? Uh, we got the real powers going. He's just all thinking about ideas. Huh. I wonder if Mob's distraction will play into something. Easy peasy. But holy shit, he's legit. It's fully out of a Saturday morning cartoon. Music. Mob just goes, gone. Be gone. We're fine. We're fine. Is that a teddy bear? Oh, awesome. It's like strobe. Oh, that was really cool. Hey man, I'm trying to plan for a class project. I liked that impact frame a lot. I like those goops too. Those are the real thing, dude. Envious. Yep, and you're next. Yaga! Awesome. Awesome. Look at that shit. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. I mean, the pay maybe, but how about no? Yeah, they've got lives. This isn't what they want to do with themselves. He's purposeless. He's empty. And so he tries to fill it with something extravagant. You could definitely use it to win over Reagan, though. Oh, wrong lesson, wrong lesson, wrong lesson. Hold on, give me the money. What are you thinking, Mob? We'll all dress as Ayakashis? I guess. It depends on, like, I think he created that job, though. I don't think it exists. Uh-huh. This is gonna be a weird cultural festival. We're only covered, like, half of the episode. Oh, wow. Whoa, where did it go? I swear to God, I thought we were halfway through the episode. Hmm. Die, Yokai King. Hell yeah. Let's do our best. Yay. Cardboard and tape. Let's go. Wow, they really put in a lot of effort. That's awesome. Yeah. Even we don't get a great result from it, but I'm glad we put the effort in. And they did the cross-dressing cafe. Oh, hey, buddy. Oof. Poor Ritsu. You gotta own it, man. You gotta go for it. It's like exactly the same. Oh, the cool demon. Okay. We didn't get this, did we? No, I didn't see these visuals at all. Is this paint? It's paint. This is super unique. It's paint, but each frame is changed from the previous frame. Like it's painted over itself instead of being repainted each time. It reminds me of the pastel EDs from Freeren, but it's completely different. Holy shit! The three-dimensionality of that playset was crazy. That reminds me of Sangatsu no Lion. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Okay, we've got a setup. Oto. Is that a root? It looked like a root. Okay, so I'm thinking that the roots being spread through that building might have something more to do with... Okay, I should probably go bonk and not listen to this part, but it looks like we're about to get psycho-helmeted up. We got aliens, we got various cults all coming together is the vibe here. But I want to go back for a second. It's a root, and the broccoli is just sitting there. It felt like that in the first episode, too. It felt like everything was sort of centering on the broccoli or like moving in that direction. And then we sort of like wiped away from it. And the only thing in this episode was, ooh, there are weird roots in this building. I wonder if we're just planting, silly, but planting seeds everywhere so that they sort of explode into something interesting near the midpoint of the season. That's kind of where I think it's going. Okay. First note about this episode. Where did it go? Because right about about here when we're doing like the costumes thing, I'm like, all right, we're wrapping up the like the first half of the episode, and then we're gonna transition into something else, right? No, that's the end of the episode. Where did it go? Where did it all go? How did the scenes of this yokai hunter being like, I'm a yokai hunter, take up the entire episode? It's just gone. That was so much fun to watch. Okay. There 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 are two kinds of episodes that move really fast. There are episodes where not that much happens, and so the things that do happen kind of get condensed, and you feel like, well, where did it go? It didn't really go anywhere because we didn't really do anything. And then there are episodes where it feels like a lot happened, but the timing, it just moved fast. The time disappears. And I think that's the time flies when you're having fun kind of feeling. Like I'm really enjoying these individual scenes. I'm really engaged in the moment and wondering about and questioning certain things going on in them, laughing and having a good time about it. And those scenes just collapse and disappear. It's like I'm jumping from one cool visual to the next joke to the next moment to something else. How did that happen? It's just poof, it's just gone. A really silly episode too, really fun, really funny. I'm not really sure how it ties into those laser-focused themes. It feels like we've broadened out a little bit, but there's something about this character that's really interesting. Something about the way that he aims himself at the supernatural because that's what he finds compelling. And he has these resources that enable him to do it, but he's doing it because he thinks it's the most interesting thing and like a blessing and all this stuff that the actual psychics don't really care about. And it seems like there's a deep emptiness in his real world life, right? He's completely alone. He's got no friends, no companions, nobody's kind to him, he says very explicitly. And everything that goes bad, he drops back and says, well, but that's part of the identity. That's part of what it means to be a yokai hunter, is to be alone, to be independent and fighting on your own and stuff. It's good, not actually, it's not bad, I'm not lonely, this is the way it's supposed to be. There's something interesting about that. It's like a total flip reverse, if you will, of somebody who has those psychic powers and honestly wants normalcy, right? Like wants friends, wants companionship, wants the things that liven up a life that make it worth living, and sees that seeking these supernatural things isn't what does that. It's very Chuny. It's very like, I have a demon in my right arm and I have to wrap it in bandages, otherwise it's gonna come out and destroy everything in my school. And I've got another demon in my left eye and I have to wear an eye patch, otherwise, right, the whole Chunibyo thing. It's kind of like that. It's like, well, nobody will respect me for who I really am, so I'll be something more than that. I'll be something different. And because I'm so different and so separate from everybody else, it doesn't matter if they respect me or if they care about me, because they don't know the truth. They don't know what's really going on with monsters and stuff. Whereas Mob has the opposite situation. It's like monsters and stuff are the norm for me. I really just want the normal things, and the effortful stuff that's worth it is like putting all your effort into your class project, or putting in the effort to make legitimate friends and overcome the conflicts inherent to doing so, because those lead to the actual fulfillment as a person. The more that I'm thinking about it, the stronger, even if it's a little blurry, I think that the thematic thrust of this episode does tie in, and it's quite strong, actually. But on top of that, it's really fun and funny to be in this space of questioning whether this guy is legit, whether he's just a cosplayer idiot or something else. And it's somewhere in between. It's like he really aspires to be a yokai hunter and do this stuff, but not out of genuine altruism. It's about ego. It's about himself and his identity as yokai hunter, right? And then using his resources, sort of Batman style, to buy these crazy expensive garbage Alibaba swords, right? And use those as his super holy sword, and then it shatters the first time he uses it in a real combat. Yeah, it's interesting. It's chaotic. There's a bunch going on here. Okay, let's go through the episode. We get our intro again, and we follow up our starting intro. This was different, right? It's people call them yokai hunters. We're going back one episode just really quick. Yeah, people call them To shine a ray of, there are those who fight every day to shine a ray of hope into that chaotic darkness. People call them psychics. And here we have yokai hunters. Like, that's not quite right, is it? The city with the divine tree. Now then. He's so serious. Oh, he's so serious. Okay, we're gonna skip over the OP. I wish that I could just watch it again. It's so much fucking fun. We're just gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch it again. I can't share this with you because the audio and stuff. I just want to see it again. Oh. Okay, so when we're doing these hair swaps, it all wibbles. Bink. Bink. Bonk. Bink. Bonk. It just, every like 3 or 4 frames, it goes bink, bonk. And in practice, the whole thing goes wub, 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 wub. There are like a zillion weird little tricks everywhere. And then we get really warped and distorted. And then we start doing the mix and match, like that mix and match clothing game, mixing faces and stuff. Which I think screams question of identity and putting on other people's identities like masks. Like, does this one work? Does this one work? Does this one work? And we get that echoed later when we have the scene of Mob's eyes sort of closing on everybody else. These are beautiful. I wonder if these are pictures of those flowers. They look like it. They look like they've been scanned in and like screen toned. It's so weird. It's like, it's multimedia and popping mobs out of his face. Oh, fuck. And then we slow it down for these like really slow-mo, intricate movement moments. Ah, fuck. This OP has grown on me in the first couple of viewings so much. I immediately liked it, but now it's like what the fuck? I think my favorite part of the OP isn't even any of the crazy animated stuff. I really like this, but it's when we have the text going on in the background, bum, boom, and we do these like twists of the whole text background, and we have Mob spiral past us. And then musically, this build to hitting that sort of sustained note is amazing because it's let's go. It's just awesome, man. I don't even know what most of these symbols are. Like, what is that? This is tea being poured into a cup, but it's scintillating and colored. And this is like cellular, and then it's a city. Oh, it's just so many different things all at once. It's fucking awesome. Okay, and then this is, I think, my favorite part. Just the way that he hits this pose, and then everything spins around him. Bam, and he starts spinning. Points it to Mob. It's like shatter. And then Mob hits and does the little rotate, spinning, spinning, spinning. And then we do all the faces across with the sketchy part to break it up. It's so smart. And then hands, insanity. Did they just take every hand from the season and put them all together? I have no idea. And then these multi-faces, which really, like, I don't have an answer for what they are yet, but I said something at the beginning that still rings true. They're like an identity constructed out of a bunch of different parts, and they're uncomfortable and malformed. Yeah? Like, they don't feel right, but they feel like an identity constructed out of multiple parts, like Mr. Potato Head. Whoa. Okay, let's keep going. And then that ending scene is just a gut punch. Just emotional weight. Bam. Okay, what's the big problem of the episode? Mob is thinking about how to contribute to the classroom situation, and he's in a group project, and he wants to do it hard. He wants to do it legit, but the other people in his group project don't really care. They're like 50-50, not certain. And so Mob is focused on that throughout the entirety of the episode. He's off doing all this crazy psychic stuff, but his focus is on his friends, his classroom, and doing a normal kid thing to the maximum, right? Doing it as well as he can. And it's not like we need to triumph and be better than everybody else and be recognized. What we need at the end, and this is skipping ahead a little bit, the lesson learned is that it's worth it to put your effort in for yourself, even if the results don't matter at all. Because, like, this is a kids' cultural festival, right? There's no downside, right? If they do ghosts in sheets and people go through the haunted house and go, man, it was mediocre. Nobody cares. It does nothing to their futures. It doesn't impact their lives. It doesn't impact anything except their memory of whether they put their all into this school project or not. That's all it affects. It, like, literally doesn't matter. So why does it matter to Mob? This is about how you live your life. This is about the choices that you make. This is about whether you live an engaged life or you treat your life as though the parts of it that are interesting are impositions upon you, that you have to do work. Ew. You have to do work to make the cool things happen. Ew. I think that's what it comes down to, really, is like, make sure you give it your all. So why do we have to give it our all, though? We don't have to give it our all. There's no consequence. This doesn't matter. It's not important. But it's my childhood. It's my high school years. It's my memories, right? It does matter. But only if you think it does. Only if you care. You're a genius! We'll do nothing! So come up with a better idea. Tell us what you got. And he doesn't have anything. Ba. So we bump toward 31%. Fecal exam seems extreme. For parasites? Like, what's the... Okay. And Ritsu thinks that everything's a little over the top. Yes, everything will be fine, I guess. Okay, I want to keep track of how far we are into the episode at each point and like how much stuff we've covered, because I really felt at the point that I said I really felt like we were halfway through the episode. Preparations are going smoothly. At this rate, that's not good. Need a promotion. And we have the arrival of the guy. Oh yeah, and Serizal wants to go to night school and improve himself, finish his basic education, go back to it. I really like this. I feel like I said something about it in the last episode. It's not too late, right? You can go back to school. Just do it. You can go get a new certification. Just do it. You can change your career. Just do it. Maybe the career part is way harder nowadays because lots of unemployment and the job market's kind of fucked, but you still can. You can change yourself. You can learn new skills. All of the camera work around him is perfectly over the top, perfectly action movies, Superman, superhero guy vibes that end up making it just satirical enough to be like, is this guy a joke or is he legitimate? Both. He's kind of both. He's kind of really serious. He's not joking. He's not lying. He's not cosplaying either. He really wants to be this. He's just kind of a fool. I think that the like, oh, big stance moment, and then we find out that he's actually just practicing, he's reciting the lines, and then he fucks it up, is a great introduction to this character. He wants to be seen as special for being different than everybody else. And I think he wants to be like respected and loved and admired and befriended for it, right? Like he wants this to give him connection, to give him some fulfillment. But in most cases, it actively drives people away, yeah? So he fucks up the hello. I hunt those who writhe in the shadows. The incident is going to occur. And it's all in that zone of like, is this guy talking about some garbage? And he's back. I won't leave. There are little things like this moment where we clink his sword. God, I'm really serious. It all says, I'm really serious. The Dark Army. They have more than one name. We must break the cycle of darkness and shadows. Okay, I really, really like this sequence of Reagan faces. They remind me of a particular cut from Pretty Cure. They're not the same artist. I wonder who did these. We're gonna have to go Sakagaburu at some. We're gonna have to go Sakagaburu at some point. I think we might as well do it now. Let's jump to Sakagaburu and find out what we can find out about this episode. It looks like all the cuts that are listed are for the sort of fighting sequence, so we're gonna wait until we get over there before we go and look through them. It's unfortunate because I really would love to have a name to put to these faces. They feel distinct enough that I feel like one of you should be able to point at them and be like, "That's obviously blank, blank, blank." But I just don't. I don't know. Fuck. So he rolls out the scroll and gives us like the intro monologue, right? Except then it turns to yokai hunters and my own battles against great darkness, my own search for the evil great yokai, which is actually legit apparently and is actually happening. I can't talk to the police. They will use laws against me. A consultation fee? Okay, there's just one thing I want to see here, which is the smears on this money. I know this is dumb, but as I draw more and more, it's the little things that continue to catch my attention the most and be like, wow, how the heck do I do that? Okay. They're like little jaggeds that go outside of the line of the money and then cut into it. Okay. They become sort of smaller and tighter as they come together. They're almost like EKG. If I think of them that way, it's like a line and then an EKG and then blah, blah, blah. Yeah? That's cool. Weird. So many it like fades into the background. Pun intended, I suppose. It fades into the background, but there's so many unique backgrounds everywhere that set off an accent and punctuate different scenes. I've been watching so much semi-realistic anime that doesn't do like joke frames, right? Like Jujutsu Kaisen doesn't really do joke frames or big reaction frames like this. There are a couple, and they're so distinct and so separate from everything else in the show that they're like completely unexpected jokes. In Mob, they're woven into the fabric of the show, and I miss it. It's like it's one of those anime things where characters respond to each other, and instead of having the background that they're legitimately in, they've got some graphic, some visual, like a sunrise or weird polka dots or something behind them, and you can create feeling, you can create emotion, you can create accent and punctuate various scenes and dialogue sequences with those backgrounds. And I love it and I miss it, man. Like, bam, white background. Bam, exploding lightning lines, right? It's like all Reagan's emotional internal experience being broadcast through the screen to us through these backgrounds. And without it, the show would be totally not even close to the same. And then there are the big sort of like anime in-jokes, this big speedline sequence is like a triumphant revelation sort of thing. And then the big chuny like hand over the eye. It's so smart. It's so aware. It's so self-aware. And then it's using its medium to the maximum. It's so cool. Oh, I'm so happy. I've made a friend. Yokai hunters are always alone. I've been fighting solo this whole time. This is the first time I've experienced kindness from another in a very long time. Maybe what you're actually after, dude, is some kindness and connection, right? Maybe that's what really matters? And then Mob enters. Women and children should stay behind. Yeah, alright, I think we're gonna need him, actually. It seems like it's all a joke. It seems like it's all garbage. We find this place. And he's just thinking about costumes and sewing. Okay, how far are we? We're at the midpoint. So at the midpoint is when we enter the house, and the back half is exploring the house and fighting the yokai. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. It just went so fast. It just disappeared. Great location, especially a little bit later when it's all in redded. Weird roots, and we get darker and darker, and the color tone gets deeper and deeper. I've only fought them one-on-one. I love this sequence because it's so giant and scary looking, and then we see it and it's like the size of a bat. After 3 days and 3 nights. The way back has been closed. It gets darker and darker. The tone over these couple of minutes is awesome. Look how almost pastel-y our reds are here versus down in here when they get deep, deep red and much darker. Ooh, it's a good tonal journey. And then the eyes open. And he sees the monsters. He sees them. He fights them. He just also breaks his sword on top of them every time. Something or other, something other, something or other. 7 million yen, tax included. I love these almost postcard memory sort of speedline action frames. They're beautiful. Ka-ching! Rawr! Serizawa with the cards all built up is super cool. Salt splash! And then we get the legit fight. Maybe the kids would like fighting ghosts. Pow! And then they're here. The great monsters. This is like such classic shonen bullshit stuff. The evil demon king and his demon general lords. 1 episode per fight. And 12 episodes to meet the great demon lord. And then we'll have 1 episode where we just spend the entire time talking about how we're going to kill each other. The great demon lord. And then we'll fight. Except that it's easy as fuck because Mob is extremely powerful. Cool designs. Crazy creatures. And each of them has sort of a unique fighting style. Weird Pikmin guy with like a lightning blast or something. They will cast you into the deepest depths of despair. They also all have like different color palettes and stuff. I like it. Oh, and I'm reminded, it's been a while, but I'm reminded how much I love these sort of bright colored lines. Right? The brightly colored line art, especially on supernatural elements, makes them kind of glow, gives them a lack of separation from the world around them, and I love it. I think it's cool. That sort of neon vibe. Boom! Oh, those are some sparkles. Those are some sparkles. Kagoom, kagoom. A big rotation around. Whoa, it doesn't just rotate, it like goopifies? Whoa. And then the big rotation, Serizawa running forward, boom, boom. I loved this in particular. This, like, carpet appears and curls up, and he leaps on it. So cool to see how totally distinct this is from, like, Jujutsu Kaisen fight scenes. The Higuruma fight, in many ways, has a lot of elements that are very similar to this. A red background space, a character in a suit coming at you with a handheld weapon, and yet the feel of it is completely distinct from Nyan 19's cut in the Higuruma section. It's like a totally different style, a totally different angle, totally different feel, totally different, like, timing for everything. And then this whole portion has this almost strobe effect. Oh, because it's on 3s instead of being on 2s. Okay, now it's mixed. It's on 2s and 3s. It gives like a gallop to it when we watch it slow. When we watch it in frame by frame, it's got like a gallop to it, like da 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 da. But when we watch it fast, it's like a strobe. Boom, 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 boom. It's really cool to me. Okay, and then we jump from that to an extremely smooth cut of Pikmin guy running through, and everything's sort of wavy and warpy, so it's like super smooth feeling. And he's kind of moving on ones. The whole thing is blah, 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 blah. Totally separates it just through timing from the Serizawa sequence. Super cool. And it dangles down and these black line lightning are awesome. I'm excited to go through this Hakakaburu. Mob just sort of conducting this orchestra. Golly! Whoa! And then the goops afterward. Those impact frames are fucking stellar. All that work for just a flash. Who are they? Those are psychics, baby. This is what they do. Charcoal? Whoa. Another amazing impact frame, but completely distinct. Whips those back the other way. Wow, man. You'd think it would be worth being envious, but to them, it's just normal. Oh, the speed, And then the king, the lord. He's awesome. All these different weird parts, all the feeling of glowing and Bodyguardy, is that you? We just cut away. We don't even need to be here for this. We know Mob's gonna win. Yeah, actually, I don't really want to be a yokai hunter. I've got better things to do with my life. I want to study. I want to, like, get my education. I was like, yeah, I want to be a student, do normal school things. Huh? Well, too bad for you. You can't just use your money to win over everyone. Reagan immediately takes the high ground with some amazing smears. Look at that. The chopped off chunk of the hand. It's this little smirk. You're gravely mistaken. Oh, I'm so sorry. I shouldn't have bought you out. I shouldn't have tried to pay you and polluted our friendship with money. Whoa, buddy. I'll take the fee. So he takes the design and learns something from it, and Mob takes the design and learns something from it. I've got something I want to do. He solved something on his own? Yeah. We need to do everything we can. Everyone else is doing their own job too. And they're like, no, we don't really want to do this. But he convinces them, and they put their effort into it, and they make it happen. And then at the end of it, nobody's super scared of it. It doesn't, like, blow people's minds. But that's not what matters. It's not what matters. That's what matters. They're all standing there together going, I'm glad we did this. Man, really tired. It was worth it. This was great. Memory completed. And then we finish off with the Mr. Bear's Very Berry Soda and your Daydreaming Bunny Oneies Hippity Hop Cola. Poor Ritsu. Poor Ritsu. I wonder if there's, like, supposed to be a lesson here that you should give your all to it and then you'll enjoy it more. But I think we're just trying to make fun of Ritsu here. So, the homepage goes up, and then we get the CD, and seeing it for the first time, it's beautiful. Okay, here's where my question really is. There are parts of this that move, and parts of it that don't, right? Did the person who painted this, first, is this painted with real physical paint, or is this digital facsimile of paint? Because digital programs, you open up Clip Studio Paint or Photoshop and you throw on the right brushes, you can make something that looks totally like it's oil paint or gouache or whatever, right? I don't know enough about paint to know. My mind goes to G-U-A-C-H, gouache. I don't remember. That's where my head goes because it's like the thick layering of stuff. But I have no idea. The question for me is, if you painted this thing as one painting, right? So I've painted this frame. Now I need to paint this frame. And I'm not redoing the whole pillow, bed, sequence, all of this stuff. How do I accomplish that? I have two theories. One is that this is cut the way that you would in old filmmaking, like it's literally cut out, and then we're painting the next layer on top of it here. Or painting the next layer separately on a different piece and gluing them together. My second idea is that this is all one painting, and we are just painting layer after layer after layer over top of the portions that moved without touching the portions that didn't move. I'm thinking that there might be a separation line right here. Right here. But then the line like moves. Anybody have any idea? Anybody know how this was done? Is there an Instagram or an X post somewhere where somebody has laid out every page of this on their bed or on their floor so that we can see what the actual drawings look like? I would be very curious. Because I can't imagine that they have 10 separate paintings that all include this bed, right? Because the bed's identical in all of these frames. So how? Do they only have the last one because they've painted over each one in turn, taken a picture of it, and then painted over it, and then you're fucked if you made a mistake at any point? Or is this a separate element, and then the rest of the frame is another element behind it? But then, even then, how does that work? Because the window, well, I guess, the window moves as he moves past it, right? We repaint the window as he moves past it. And then it holds static as he keeps going. So that portion doesn't get repainted over from then on. My mind is blown. I have no idea. What I do know is that it's beautiful. And the sort of organic quality of the paint brushstrokes makes it all feel alive in a way that the sort of pastels or colored pencil drawings at the end of Freerun do. But kind of even more so, there's like a living liquidity within the shapes, within the forms. Beautiful. It's beautiful. Okay. And then these landscapes and the three-dimensionality of it is incredible too. Okie dokie. Let's go to Sakura. Let's look through them for realsies. Okay, here we go. So these are all of them. This is the first one. Got our guy walking. Got some schmears. Got the face. Got him fighting the little thing. And we're done. Okay. Next, this is his intro sequence. Yeah. Ka-ching. Ow. And then the swing. Oh man, the way he blows away in the wind. That's awesome. What do we got here? This is all. This is the facial acting, and then the schmears and stuff. But unfortunately, we don't have an artist for this part. I really like it though. Okay. The eyes and the redness. Ooh, and the big. That's cool. Okay. Unknown, Sakamoto, and Kameda. Second cut is reused Kameda from the original S1 PV. Oh, interesting. The smoke in the third cut looks like Tatsunori Sakamoto to me. Okay. Aside from the Kameda bank. Okay, so second cut is reused Kameda. First cut? Cool. Oh, the salt splash. Yeah. Okay. And then Mob slows down. Shing, boom. Okay, cool. L.O. by Masuda. Nobutaka Masuda. It's not playing. Come on, buddy. There we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love the way this jellyfish of lights whips back. The little anticipatory shift that it does, and then it all springs. It's like a Venus flytrap. If you ever watch them, they sort of go like that. And then they really close. Boop. Boom. Wow, that's cool. Neat cut. Hayate Nakamura. Oh yeah, the big boy. That's awesome. And then the face and straight through the eye. That's awesome. And Shuhei Fukuda, Yusaku Nagahama, and Artist Unknown. This is the sequence with the big impact frame. Look at those speed lines initially, and then the boom, and then the diamond stars. I love that shot of lightning. That's cool as hell. And then we return the favor. The big running sequence. All the way up through. And then boom. God, that little ending portion with the impact frames is so freaking sick. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Awesome episode. Weird character to meet. Fun integration with themes, the core things that we're kind of looking for, and some awesome action to top it off. This was a fun experience. A weird moment where Mob is sort of distracted and thinking about something about his ordinary life. And under the surface, the roots are growing out into the city. And maybe they're related to the problems being caused? I don't know. We're going to have to keep watching to unpack this mystery of the giant broccoli and what our characters really want to do with their lives besides fighting and exercising yokai. While it may be what this guy wanted for his goal in life, for them, it's just kind of an imposition, and they really would rather do normal person things. Let's see how they do with those normal person things in the future in Mob Psycho. We'll wrap there. Thanks so much for watching this next episode with me. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope to catch you next week for the next one. See you there on the Patreon or right here on the YouTube. Much love. Peace.